and then Muhammad says it. And then Muhammad says, oh, it's happening. Other possibility is he's just saying Muhammad's going to die. Well, that happened too. If you're saying Muhammad's going to... If you're saying... Johnny Two Shoes here. Wood's ignorance of Arabic. The phrase that Prophet uttered, cut my Abhar, was a common Arabic idiom back then, used to denote death in any form, regardless of whether it was literally cut off or not. Now, one problem, Johnny Two Shoes, if it was as common as you're saying, then we should see it all over the place.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, we just beheaded this guy. His aorta's been cut. Oh, this guy fell down the stairs and died. His aorta's been cut. We should see this all over the place if that is this common thing. But apart from that, dude, when we talk about this, we point this out, right? You got two possibilities here. Either Allah's referring specifically to the severing of an aorta, and this is Surah 69, verses 44 to 46. Either Allah is referring specifically to the severing of an aorta. He means it literally. In which case, Muhammad dies later saying, and by the way, I forgot, in case people are new to this, in the Quran, Allah says that if Muhammad were to invent a false revelation, if he were to lie, if he were a liar, Allah would sever his aorta. Anyway, later, Muhammad dies after being poisoned by a Jewish woman whose entire family had been slaughtered by Muslims, right? So in the nutshell, Muhammad's followers slaughter this woman's entire family. And then she walks in and says, Muhammad, I've prepared dinner for you. Would you like to eat it? And Muhammad's response is, duh, yeah, I love dinner, duh, right? So Muhammad starts eating this food prepared by a woman whose entire family had just been slaughtered by Muhammad's followers. Of course, she had poisoned it, as any person who is not a complete imbecile would have anticipated. She had poisoned it. One of Muhammad's followers drops dead from the poison. Then Muhammad suddenly gets his revelation. I think I got the great God Allah is informing me that this thing is poison. Of course, Muhammad had already consumed some of it, but he spit it out. He spit the rest out. His follower dies, and then Muhammad spent the next 3 years with problems, right? It was some sort of caustic substance that did internal damage to him. Because they said they could see the impact of it in his mouth. So it had somehow corroded the palate of his mouth. So this did some internal damage. Anyway, Muhammad spends a few years in complete agony, got to the point where two of his followers had to carry him between them, like Weekend at Bernie's. And so they're walking around with Muhammad in between them like Weekend at Bernie's. Aisha said she had never seen anyone in more pain than Muhammad was, right? And Aisha had seen a lot of pain in her life, especially with all the Muslim men beating their wives until their skin turns green. This girl had seen a lot of pain in her life. She'd seen a lot of pain. She said it was nothing compared to what Muhammad went through. So Muhammad was in horrible, horrible agony, and he dies saying that he feels his aorta being severed. Now, two possibilities. Either this Allah's being specific here. He's going to sever Muhammad's aorta, and he means that specifically. And then Muhammad says it. And then Muhammad says, oh, it's happening. Other possibility is he's just saying Muhammad's going to die. Well, that happened too. If you're saying if you're saying, hey, Muhammad's just going to die. Muhammad's going to die if he delivers a false revelation. Well, Muhammad delivered all kinds of false revelations, and then he died. So notice how ridiculous this is. It just refers to death. So Allah's great prophecy in the Quran is, if Muhammad invents a false revelation, he will die. Okay, he died. so great. Thank you for proving our point, Johnny Two Shoes.